Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mike.
It's Dan.
It's Yi.
So Olympics is going on, and one of the biggest stories out there is the reaction of this beautiful sweetheart of a swimmer.
Yep.
In her interview, we saw the JPEG of the reaction.
Yeah.
We never saw the interview.
We never watched the interview before.
So let's watch this.
So we're gonna watch her semifinal and finals reaction.
Yeah.
And what's amazing, what I love about the story is you didn't even know that the final, what was gonna happen in the final, but the story became so much better of what happened in the final.
Right.
8秒95，你都没想到自己，我以为是59秒。
It's pretty adorable.
Oh my gosh.
我有这么快？我很满意。
Wow.
状态有所保留吗？有没有对？没有保留。
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Her expression is pretty. That's pretty.
Genuine.
用了洪荒之力了。
Oh my gosh.
这一年你的这个。
Wow, look how excited she is.
知道这一年其实你的身体状态并不是很好，其实非常的难走到这一步。对对，那现在觉得这个恢复到以前的自己了。
已经是最好成绩的历史。
I mean.
所以我就用了这3个月，就是去做一个这样的恢复。鬼知道我经历了什么，真的太辛苦了。我真的有时候感觉我已经要死了。
Wow. Dang.
我的奥运训练真的是生不如死。
Wow. That's like.
That's some dedication.
You hear about like Chinese Olympic athletes going like crazy in their
对，明天
training.
的决赛充满希望。
没有，我已经很满意了。哎，
Dude, so she's like, yeah, I already did the best I
Yeah,
can
she's
do.
already happy.
Yeah.
So now let's watch the final.
Yeah. So before she didn't even know, that was like, she was so happy. That was just the semifinal.
Yes.
So here's the final.
Full screen.
All right, so she's giving someone a hug.
Probably a teammate,
Teammates.
Chinese teammate.
知道你游了多少吗？傅园慧，58秒76。
哇，太快了！
She's like, it's too fast. Oh, you broke the Asian record. What?
如果说你昨天用了洪荒之力，那你今天用了什么力？
我昨天把洪荒之力用完了，
Oh, wow.
Pretty funny.
That's pretty.
今天没有力气了。
你只比亚军慢0.01。
Whoa, she just.
那可能是我手太短了吧。
It's funny. Short. This is funny.
又被抓的这个，你这个是不是又是赛前自己抓的？今天决赛前自己。为什么？
因为这是一种刺激嘛。
What? She says she crushed herself.
今天感觉有点累。
Very tired.
I don't get that, but
在
anyways.
这些年，其实你也经历了很多，然后也经历很多伤病，很多种不同的心情。那此时此刻，你最想跟我们一起分享的心情是什么？
最想分享的心情就是，虽然没有拿到奖牌，但是
So she didn't think she won.
第三，
你不知道，你到现在都不知道。
She's like, I'm third place?
我不知道啊。
She just realized she could won a
但是
medal.
我觉得还是不错的。那个这样的话，我还是想对以前那种在绝望边缘挣扎的自己说，你以前的坚持和努力，其实都没有白费。因为虽然今天并不是冠军，但是我已经超越了自己一次又一次，我现在腿都快抽筋了。
Oh man.
就我觉得还是挺好的。
Oh, she's cramping.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Wow.
that's probably the most expressive
Yeah.
Chinese athlete
Right.
I've ever seen in my life.
And I love this because like whenever, dude, I've been watching the Olympics since I was like a child in America. Summer and winter, every single year. Like I'm actually a fan of the Olympics, right? Like when I was little, I followed like Dan John, like all those guys.
Right.
So what I always noticed with the Chinese and Russian and other countries, especially China and Russia, is that they never let their athletes sort of express who they are. It's always control, always control. So I really like it when athletes, especially star athletes, get to show just that playful side of theirs, you know? So I really enjoy seeing that, and I wish that, you know, Chinese national teams, whether it's gymnastics, I mean, you see it all the time in gymnastics, like the girls in China, on the Chinese team, like they're very stoic. If they do well, if they don't do well, you can't really tell. You know, so I'm very surprised and pleasantly surprised, and I feel like she deserves all of the praise that she's getting, and she's getting really famous right now. Like she did a live stream. She went from 100,000 followers on like Weibo live stream, whatever they use over there, to like 5 million
10
overnight.
million.
10 million,
10 million.
Overnight.
She's adorable.
She's adorable.
I think that
I think that, when I was watching this, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so genuine. Like, it's not that, it doesn't matter what country you're from. I think amongst athletes, I guess athletes are under a lot of pressure.
Right.
They're basically public figures, even though, that's not really their job. Like, they're not like a celebrity per se, but they still put themselves out there, so they have to watch themselves really carefully. You really don't see an athlete kind of like, she's just got like this 童心.
Yeah.
How do I say this in English? Like, she's got a
like
child's
a kid.
heart.
Yeah,
she's like a kid.
Well,
You know?
what I love about her
Yeah.
is the fact that she came in third and she was ecstatic.
Yeah.
Most people are like, especially China.
Right.
Like, if you don't get gold, we're gonna shoot you. Like,
Right.
I mean, that's definitely like Russia. I don't know about China,
Wait,
but
wait.
North Korea, that's crazy stuff. But Chinese athletes they're like, yo, get gold, basically, right?
But
It's
she
like,
didn't even know she got gold.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that like when we go to school, if we don't get A, we get shot.
Right.
Like, we get whooped. So she wasn't even expecting to place.
Right.
And she was like, oh my god, I'm that fast?
Yeah.
And then she was like, and then they were like, well, what about tomorrow in the finals? Like,
Right.
you could win. Or she's like, well, I'm already happy with myself.
She didn't
I never heard that before. Usually it's like, I need gold.
Right.
Where else my coach is gonna beat me.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially in China and Russia, where I really feel like for the Olympics, there's a chance to show off the country's athleticism. And especially in these events, gymnastics and diving and swimming.
No, I feel like
So-
if you made it to the Olympics, even the semifinals, you're obviously an extraordinary athlete. So, I mean, but I think that message is amazing. Is that,
great.
she said something that I thought was really great. It's like, I surpassed myself. It's like, she's like, I am not going to compare myself to other people.
Right.
Of course, this is a sporting event still. But she's like, but as long as I push myself to the best that I can be, then I'm happy with myself.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really great message. I think that's a good message for young girls out there to hear. I mean, all children who aspire to do great things,
And I like the fact that the Chinese netizens, which are usually a rough crowd to please,
To say the least, bro.
they're embracing her
that-
because they're like, she's so adorable, she's so genuine. She had the live stream, whatever, and people actually gave her like hundreds of thousands of yuan as little gifts and whatever. And she's actually she's like, stop doing that.
Yeah.
She's like, stop doing
She's very
that.
humble.
But even I was reading some of her replies, she was really cute.
Yeah.
She's like, she's like an adorable person.
And you could see, she's like, oh my god, I got 59 seconds. Like, I mean, not quite like that, but so I really like that. It's a great lesson. Hopefully, people can be like, you know what? It's the effort that counts.
When you put so much pressure on young, I mean, these athletes are really young too.
Right.
But like just you don't even have to be an Olympic athlete if you're like just a high school student and your family's like really pushing you. If you don't get into the right college, all of a sudden your life is over. I mean, even that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Think about how much pressure she's under and that she's able to do so well.
You guys, I'll give you guys a little inner knowledge of how their lives are, because I actually went to school with some of these people. So in China,
Olympic people.
yeah.
Dang.
So in China, what happens is, at least back when I was in China.
Right.
So here, what happens is like what do they do after school? They go to like a gymnasium, I guess. They want to be a gymnast. On weekends, they train really hard. Like after school, they go. But in China, there's actually these things called athletic schools.
Yes, yeah, I know these too.
Like 体育校, okay?
对。
So these kids are literally going there with the goal of going to the Olympics.
Yep.
So this whole school is basically like, you're going to school and you're training at the same time.
Yep.
And they don't have no free time.
Right.
The people I went to school with, their school was like shut down for a little bit, so they went to our class.
Right.
They were volleyball players of the Chinese, like they were trying to make it into the Chinese Olympic volleyball team, and they were all like 7 foot like tall, whatever. And back they told me like after school, so they had to go to regular school, my school. So right after school, they had to go to their practice. And I went to one of these practices. It's insane. It wasn't like hey, there's a nice court.
No.
It was dirt.
Yeah.
It was outside. It was dirt, and they were literally, the coach was like, roll around, like roll, hit, roll, or whatever, they bump and roll, whatever, in the dirt, like rock stirred, like whatever. I mean, I don't know if that's the case everywhere, but at least the people that I went to school with, that's how they train.
Yeah.
I'm sure the conditions have improved now, but I'm pretty sure it's still really, really hard.
Even if it doesn't, it really just shows you the stark contrast between like our athletes here, they're pampered. Especially if you are a star athlete. Like you could get away with a lot of stuff. You don't have to do as well in school. You have all the nicest facilities. But in China, like you said, this is literally, I gotta hand it. I don't like how the system is in China, where basically the government's like, oh, you got the bill to be a swimmer, to be a volleyball player. So let's enroll you in. It's almost like the kid doesn't really have a choice, because they're like, well, I mean,
Well,
that
their
is
parents,
my
their parents would want them to do that
because
too.
that's a path for them, right? And afterwards, when you retire or you don't make it, like what happens to you? Whereas in America, like you can still go back into society. So that's what I like. My heart goes out to these, especially these Chinese, and also in cases in Russia where that happens as well. Like my heart goes out to it.
Well, actually, it's like this: if you win, you become a celebrity. You get deals, you get TV deals, movie deals, everything. You make it. Like nowadays,
right.
and like so, remember Liu Xiang, like he was so popular.
Right,
but
the
if
hurdler.
if you don't make it, then I actually don't know what happens to these people. Like if you don't perform well at say you make it to the Olympics and you don't perform well, you didn't bring home a medal. And here's the thing: knowing that, not placing and getting a medal is obviously like a big difference, right? But she still had such a great attitude about it, and in the end, she did get a bronze medal.
And she got a bronze medal.
And that's obviously amazing. And she actually said in an interview that she worked so hard towards the very end to like train for it, and she's just like. She suffered
injuries.
Yeah, she suffered a lot, But hey, that's the first time you hear about that. I think that's really great that she was allowed to say things like that.
Yeah.
She, actually shed a little light on it just makes her seem more human, So I like that.
I also like the fact that, when we do live streams sometimes, we've done live streams a couple times, it usually the numbers dwindle. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, people show up, then afterward they're like, this is so boring, I'm leaving.
Yeah, first 5 minutes is a lot, and then we're like, oh man.
But this girl was on live chat for an hour, and the number kept growing.
Crazy, dude.
So, kudos to her personality.
It's a testament to her charisma.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Exactly.
Awesome. Let us know what you guys think about this story. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.